Sooner Scoop HD.
Reaction when that ball hit your hands?
I kind of had a flashback from junior college, but they had a couple fast guys on offense, so I couldn't really take it to the department. So, but it was a good feeling, great feeling. When I got to the sideline, I just couldn't wait to celebrate with my friends, my teammates. That was it.
And after all you've been through, how meaningful was that moment?
I feel like it was. Felt like it was just rebirth. Like, felt like I could be free again, be who I am, play how I play. You know what I'm saying, and just embrace the whatever role my teammates need me to do.
You feel like you guys? How would you rate your overall performance defensively tonight? Obviously, it was more of a bend don't break thing, much like last week. But at the end of the day, you guys only allowed 3 points. So how do you feel about things overall?
Kind of like Coach Roof said. It's going to be adversity, but if you're holding offenses, the 3 points that's a good day in the office, as you say. So I feel like we always have room for improvement. The guys are we love when Coach V tells us we got to improve. So every day we come to work, we just on the edge of our seats, waiting for us to get a correction and waiting us to dial in the next opponent.
OU had the light show going on in the second half. As players, could you even notice that? Or
Oh yeah, because we didn't have that before, so it's good just to add something on to the crazy fans out there. So it was kind of cool. The light show when everybody turned their flashlights on was kind of crazy. So I feel like further down the road, our next 5 home games that's going to be a factor with the opponents coming in. So they're definitely going to take sight of that.
You guys forced multiple turnovers tonight for the first time in a minute. Is that something that this coaching staff really tries to emphasize and preach, or is their approach more so that as long as you stick to the fundamentals, those things will come in time?
No, we definitely preach takeaways. Sometimes we just get the low end of it, but we definitely preach takeaways. As you see, Billy Bowman stripped it. We definitely preach that. You know what I'm saying? If you know your role, you know your job in coverage, players are gonna come to you if you're doing the right thing. As coaches say, like if you're not doing the right thing, this game will expose you in a good way, or if you're doing the right thing, it'll expose you in a bad way.
You mentioned playing a role. Has it been tough for you to figure out your role for this year's team?
No, not necessarily. It's really just getting in where I fit in, and as I tell everybody, just impose your will. Like impose your will, whatever you're doing. If we're gonna kick off, impose your will. Run through the end zone. You know what I'm saying? If you only get one play, let that be the opportunity to go get your one tackle. Or if you're on offense, let that be the play to you block somebody out on the sideline. And everything that doesn't have to be the big play, and you don't have to be in the limelight about it. Everything, because when we come in here and watch film, they're going to highlight you. That's what great coaching staff do. If you're blocking on the perimeter, if you're, you know what I'm saying, fitting your gap right, it's at the end of the day, it's a bigger picture to everything. So the little things that you do is definitely going to help the team. So
what was a different mindset from last season or so? What has changed for you that's allowed you to really embrace your role?
I feel like me personally, I feel like I'm doing the same, but I feel like the coaching staff does a better job of making us, you know what I'm saying, allowing us to come in every day with intent. You know what I'm saying? So that's pretty much the biggest thing, the biggest factor. Just the coaching staff is just amazing. You don't get a better coaching staff than this when it comes to the corners with Coach Valai, when it comes to Coach V, just guru. Coach Roof has the longevity of coaching, and you don't get any better at this, and that's the same as offense. You get Coach Levy, you got LD. The guys it's just star power in the coaching world in this building.
The message and the tone at halftime.
When we watch a film, and those guys they're Kent State's fighters. When we watch film on when they played Texas A&M and they played a couple other opponents, and they were Power 5. They played Iowa State when they were ranked number 1 or 2, and the halftime scores were 0-3 or 7-3 and 7-10, and like they're not going to back down. So I feel like for us to come in at halftime and stay within the group, stay within our team, knowing what we're capable of, I feel like that's what we've been preaching, and when adversity hits, I mean, that's all we know.
As a defensive back, speak to how good Marvin Nibs is, because it seemed like he just took over that game tonight at a certain point.
As he should, you know what I'm saying? In practice, he give us looks, and you know what I'm saying. Some days, as great as the defense we have the potential to be, I mean, we get the best of the offense. You know what I'm saying? But it's a non-stop competitive nature in practice. If we're going back and forth, it's not a bad practice for the defense. If they catch a deep ball, you know what I'm saying, as you can see, they're catching deep balls in the game. If we're 3 and out in practice, as you can see, we're stopping teams with 3 points, and you know what I'm saying, and under their normal rushing averages and passing averages. So, I mean, it's iron sharpens iron, and I feel like Marvin, man. I call him Marvelous. So, I mean, he does a lot of great things. He's a great practice player, and how he does one thing is how he does everything.
Going back to the atmosphere, obviously last week it was hot. People were leaving by halftime. I mean, just from a player's perspective, how much of a difference does that make when it's something like tonight compared to last week?
I mean, I feel like with that, I mean, I really don't. We really didn't pay attention, because at the end of the day, we have a job. If we cry about the top half leaving the game, it's like we're not focusing on, you know what I'm saying, the right thing. So, it's hot. I mean, I don't blame him, but I mean, we kind of just kept the main thing. I mean, you see on Twitter, they like, guys, we need to stay, and it was like, we don't really worry about that. We're in tune to the game. So.
Sooner Scoop HD.